What's going on, YouTube? I was gonna chill out for a little while, but I figured I'll make a video, before I go on vacation out of the country. But I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the power of fear. And I talked about it a little bit in my last video, how people use fear to rule you. But sometimes you have to understand what I'm saying in context, because I want people to use what I'm saying and become successful. You know what I'm saying? I don't put ads on my YouTube videos because I don't do this for money. The best charity sometimes can be just giving knowledge and see that it impacts people's lives. To me, that's good charity, because there is no money. Okay? All these people doing all this shit for money. There is no fucking money. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm talking about is fear. Now, I agree with Steve Harvey on this, right? And I don't agree with a lot of shit Steve Harvey says. I don't agree with Steve Harvey in general. But what Steve Harvey is talking about when he says just jump, when he's talking about how, like, a lot of people, you have to understand, a lot of people in the United States, a lot of people in America in general, or all over the world, are afraid to become who they should be, because they're comfortable in a fear-based state. They're lulled to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They're not really paying attention. And this is how people create fear to rule you. You can use the media propaganda. You can use the courtrooms. You can use all of this. All of these entities want to keep you in a fear-based mindset, because people who are in a fear-based mindset always feel like they're the victim. They'll never take control of their life. They'll never do it, because they'll always be in fear. So the thing is, when you listen to what Steve Harvey says, and just like I said, I don't agree with a lot of stuff Steve Harvey says, but when he's talking about sometimes you just have to jump, you just have to take that jump, I understand wholeheartedly what he's saying. Because a lot of times when it comes down to it, if you think about success from what can happen if you fail, you will never take that leap. You'll never take that jump. You'll always look at the cliff like, oh, if I miss this jump, I'm gonna die. But sometimes you have to just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take the jump. I mean, I'm not losing anything anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're not winning, staying dormant. But a lot of people are afraid, man. They're afraid to fail. And the number one thing is, I made all my YouTube videos to get to this point. And I might make a YouTube video when I'm on vacation, but I might just go to travel videos. Because I don't think I should be putting all this information out on the internet myself. But a lot of times when you're afraid, like, you gotta shed that shit, man. And nobody else is gonna tell you how to do that but you. Stop being afraid of failure, man. We all fail at something. We all failed at something, and that's how we get better. I mean, if you wanted to learn how to fight, when you get your ass whooped, you learn how to fight. So, a lot of times in this society, we allow things and entities to place fear in us. Like, a lot of people are not afraid of heights, they're afraid of falling. A lot of people aren't afraid to, go in the ocean, they're afraid of what could be in the ocean. You see what I'm saying? Your fear is really of the unknown. And you gotta shed that shit off, man. You gotta shed it off, because otherwise it's going to eat you alive. And I'm telling this to young men and young women, and I hope you get this message. It will eat you alive. Regret will eat you alive. Sometimes we die more deaths than we live. You know what I'm saying? You die a death every regret. I regret that I didn't make this move. I regret this move. Some shit you just gotta be like, you know what? I don't regret it. I'm just gonna shed it off and do something else or whatever. But when it comes to taking an opportunity for growth, and you don't take that opportunity, you may grow to regret it. And that's why you always have to, you can't fear failure. Failure is a normal point of life. You can't grow without some pain. You can't grow without some event changing your growth. You're in complete control of your life. I like to tell that to people, because you are. You may not control your birth date or your death date, but pretty much a majority of things that happen in your life you control. You see what I'm saying? And fear is one of those things. Like, a lot of people are afraid, and some people are afraid of the dark, but they're really not afraid of the dark. They're afraid of what could be in the dark. Okay? So I hope this message, gets across to you, and I hope that you use it to implement it in your life. Sometimes stop being afraid of things that don't exist. They don't exist. Your failure doesn't exist yet because you haven't even did it. You haven't even tried it yet. So when you fail, you have to understand this, and I'm going to give it to you right now. People will never tell you the truth. They'll only tell you what they want you to know. Okay? There is no money. So you cannot fail at anything. Whether it's real estate investing, starting your own business, you can't fail at it if you educate yourself. You will never fail at real estate if you really know. This is the stuff I should be teaching people. I should actually teach people how to never fail at real estate, never fail at business. But I don't even think I want to anymore. I just want to shut up and just mind my own business. And I think that's probably where I'm going to go for in the future. But there is no such thing as money. There is no such thing. It is a concept. It has been used through time as a concept, as a medium of exchange. You are the money, and you've always been the money. And this is not no motivational speaking shit. This is real shit. I'm out, man.